Real motion getter. Stay in motion. Gonna keep that motion. We gonna stay on top. $1 million nigga. $1 billion nigga. This is not no cap talk.
Boy, this damn hey, this damn mic. Hey, they stopped. You can't get it back. You can't get it back. I done went into a whole diatribe and rant. But we here. We should be here. We should be here. Okay, we good? Yeah, we good? Okay, good. Hey, they didn't want they didn't want me to say all of that. That's good I didn't say all that live. I was going in on Drake. Y'all just gonna have to lip read that shit. What's up, y'all? What's the deal, man? Monday, motion Mondays, motion Monday, motion Monday. Look, hey, I cannot make it up. I just had to put together a quick decode for the family. I was gonna do it tomorrow, but I was like, hey, look, y'all gonna need this right now, cause oh boy, that nigga K Dot put on a masterclass, and that masterclass was, huh. Well, you know, we expected it from Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't expecting nothing else but that. You feel me? Like, what else was we gonna expect except for a grand masterclass performance of just discipline, uh, uh, swiftness, elegance, and obviously symbolism, which we're going to talk about today. Say, Drake, I heard you like him young. Yay, that nigga fucking, you got to seize that moment, baby. He knew it too. That nigga said Drake's name and made sure he smiled. He know to seize the moment. See, I wish I see. You gotta seize that moment. What you do? You gotta hit that shot. That nigga K Dot said, "Fucking, I'm going for mine. I don't give a fuck." A minor, he going for his. He teased it the whole time, and he did it. 'Cause he know what black people need, boy. Ha! He know what black people need and know what black people want. But bigger than that and deeper than that, Drake is just a symbol for structure dying off. Watch the party die. Drake is a construct of an illusionary idea that they set in place for melanated people. So Drake is he is the bystander of this thing, but he is the systematic person or identity that you want to crash out on. You feel me? That he had to go for in his particular adventure in this journey, because this is about authentic energy. This is about truth. This is about being your unadulterated self over and over and over again, and not faltering or being something fake. You feel me? You can't really rap about something you've never been through. And that's the kind of energy Drake gives off, as like this kind of tough guy, kind of, yeah, I'm about this life, da 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 da. And we know that he is the Degrassi kid, the actor, the movie star. And he grew up in a sort of kind of Caucasian environment that puts him in a different culture. This ain't about no race, it's about culture. You feel me? So if you're in that particular culture, you need to be true and authentic to that culture. See, Patrick Mahomes, that's why they're the equivalent. Patrick Mahomes is in his culture heavy. He grew up around white boys. He carries himself as a Caucasian boy. And, the media just spins it like, man, 2 black quarterbacks. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about energy, the energy inside of you, the energy. See, look, my parents, they're from the island. So my mama is from St. Thomas. My daddy's from Jamaica, right? So my cultural appreciation for the melanated people in the West is heavy based off of, I just grew up in the hood, and I was able to, all my friends around me were, in that kind of same struggle that we were all in, right? So I remember it clear as day. I was probably like 7, 8. My partners would come over to my house, and they would hear my mama speak. They'd be like, what's your mom? She got that thick accent. You feel me? That thick Caribbean accent. So they didn't really understand. They was like, why does she sound like that? And to me, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? You feel me? I'm thinking to myself, like, what's wrong with her? Then I started to get it when I started to spend some time over their houses and see the different dynamics that they were going through, and the energy that their mamas was presenting. So then it was like, oh, okay, y'all, yeah, your mama's kind of real different than mine. You feel me? They get your ass over here, boy. I'm like, oh shit, are you talking to me, ma'am? I said, hey. But it was cool because that I was ingratiated into the culture by just growing up and being in the hood. You feel me? So it's not about race. It's about, essentially just you being in that kind of cultural dynamic of the melanated beings down here in the West. So then Kendrick puts on a masterclass of displaying that kind of appropriate nature of, what we actually represent and why we're so fly and why America wants to sell our culture just based off of, you know, it's the cool thing to do, right? There's a light that shines in out of us that represents something that says, oh, that's cool. Oh, I want to be like them and all of that other stuff. You feel me? And I think Kendrick did a masterful job of displaying that in this halftime performance. And I'm going to show y'all some clues and codes to it. But like I said, the Eagles just represented the melanated people in the West, right? Heavy. So does the indigenous chiefs. They're all the same. We're all the same boat, right? See, everything starts with black, if you will, right? Or melanin. Let's say Nubian, because black means lack. So I don't want us to stay stuck on that word. Everything starts with melanated beings. So now we got to understand to the core that, you know, it's all ours. So I didn't understand why people say, nah, the Chiefs are going to win. The NFL is scripting this, da 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 da. I didn't really, I'm like, nigga, it's clear as day that the Eagles going to win. And I ain't gonna lie, I predicted the score right too. Y'all boys lucky. I could pull up that video for y'all ass. I did it on the Patreon. We was reading Panic's book. I said, look, the score is going to be 42-21. Now I was off by a few points. But sure enough, 40-22, that's just right on top. You feel me? But you can just feel it. It's an energy. It's you're synced in with this world. You feel me? You're synced in with what's going on and just understanding that all of this stuff is symbolism at the end of the day. Because symbols are the real language that you are first. That's your native language. So if you can understand how spirit is communicating to you, then you'll see the next plays ahead. See, them people that are saying the Chiefs and shit is scripted, is written in the script and shit like that, that shit is not spirit. That's some kind of programmed idea that you have about this world that you're not feeling the energy that's going on around you. I see somebody say, hey, they wrote a different, they changed the script. I'm like, dog, it's energy first. There's no goddamn script. It's energy first. Y'all got to keep on playing mind games with yourself until you understand that this is about energy. It feels scripted because you're in sync. You're almost in sync with the idea of what's going on in this world. So you just got to understand that it's energy first. You feel me? That's it. This nigga K Dot, every time he smiled was about Drake. Fuck what y'all talking about, boy. That nigga was. I see Drake ass. I know he having a hard. He had to throw them jabs in there too. He knew what y'all niggas needed. He knew them. He knew. Oh yeah, they like to sue. Yeah, you know me. I'm with my family and shit. You know what I'm saying? D-Ray's family. We watching the game. We watching the halftime show. We glued to the TV and shit. You feel me? We all grew. You think he gonna do it? What you think? I said, nigga, I know he gonna do it. That nigga said, yeah, some people like to sue. 6 of us around, nigga. Oh, hey, what the hell was that? Even the little kids was, oh. Big faced his ass, boy. That shit was equivalent of Mahomes getting big faced. Ugh. That's not even a punch. That's just a big face disrespect. Called the man's name out and everything. Pointed at the nigga and everything. Hell nah, boy. Oh, God. I wish I was sitting by Drake watching this bitch. Just feeling the crumble in his energy. Say that nigga was sick. Oh, this nigga coming for my. See, that's when you stomp a nigga out. And in this interview with K Dot, that Apple interview, he basically said Nigga, this whole thing is a game. I ain't worried about this shit. He said this is a game. So this whole idea, this whole Super Bowl, this whole halftime show was about keeping your head in the game, or really just observing the game. Not even really keeping your head in the game, observing the game for what it is. And being able to be strategic and move like a sniper, move appropriate to your position in the game. Because again, we got to understand that, yeah, this thing is rigged and it's set up for a certain demographic of people to be enslaved or imprisoned in the mind. And that people is the Nubian people. Why? Because we are the feeling people, and we're the ones that can get addicted the quickest, based off of the TV programming, based off of the alcohol, based off of the food, and based off of our melanin being able to capture something and really, loving it so much. Cocaine, all of that, right? So and go get the book, go get Lalaila's Africa book, Melanin, and he tells you all about, how addictive we can get. So then the powers that be understand that, okay, well, we can move these people based off of stereotype, based off of food, alcohol, and based off of all of this mental construct stuff that imprisons you in the mind. So if you don't have a strong mind as a melanated person, then you can't get out. I used to tell my kid, I used to teach PE or whatever. I used to tell them kids, because I was seeing them in me. They in the hood. Listen to this. Y'all got to hear this. They in the hood. This is where I was at, in the hood. I'm looking at them like, God damn, nigga. This is going to be tough to get out, because one, the environment is already programmed for you to fail. Two, your parents are programmed with the religion indoctrination and the government assistance thing. And then three, they'll throw the drugs and stuff and the guns and all of that stuff into the hood just so you can pick it up, either take it or sell it, so they can put you in that jail cell, the physical jail cell. Oh, I'm working at my hood school, elementary school, that I was at when I was a kid. I'm looking at all my little black boys. I'm like, God damn, y'all niggas don't even really know. It's gonna be you gotta grind this bitch out. And it's tough because, nobody's here to help you. Nobody's here to assist you. But there is a few things that helped me along the way, which I'm about to show y'all right now, because that shit helped me a million for straight up and down. So yeah, it's a big ass game. We got to understand it's a game, and Kendrick displayed that perfectly. Y'all see the PlayStation controller, right? And just understand that it was the Squid Games is the same thing. The impoverished state of feeling like you have to fight for yours, kill for yours. You feel me? Even the PlayStation games, when you're playing them now, it's a competition to see who's going to be first. Fortnite, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, all of that stuff, right? So then they're damn near putting the code in these games to, like, I was watching my son play this game. My son and daughter play that game. I walked by, the game said, what it said? It said innocent and murder. They was playing Fortnite. I said, man, what the fuck is that? I just made them turn it off. I said, turn that shit off. Don't play that game. Don't play that one. I like, damn, they hitting niggas from every angle, boy. The game said innocent or murdered or guilty or something like that. Or it said murdered or something like it said something in that nature. I was like, boy, turn this stupid ass game off, because again, that impressionable mind, right? You see these kids, they fighting over the Jordan 5s. They shooting over the Jordan 5s quick. They don't get like what y'all doing, boy? You're not even in your size. Y'all gonna box for the last size 11 that you can get online. So again, we're imprisoned in the mind. Majority of the melanated people are imprisoned in the mind based off of, based off of the programming system that we live in, right? Because it's set up for you to fail, right? And the beautiful thing about what Trump is doing is, and that's also a beautiful thing why Trump was here, is he basically leveling the playing field, saying, hey, niggas just gonna have to go for yours. Now, obviously, you're still some yards behind in the race, just based off of they already impoverished a lot of melanated people and put them in the hood. But now, and the projects and stuff like that. But now, you know what I'm saying, if you're able to start building your mind back up and start thinking for yourself and start moving into your own space and glory, then you can run supreme on this world by being your authentic self. Look at the Kai Cenats of the world and the Speeds of the world. I look at them two young niggas, I said, damn, how the fuck did they get an NFL flag football game for the Super Bowl? You know them niggas is gods. They 21 and shit. They've been doing this shit for 5 years. Them kids, you see what I'm saying? You got to look at that with a keen eye and say, oh, okay, yeah, them two, they just started it too. They got them other little kids. I study all of that shit. Black Boy Max, all of them young gods. You got to study them. They 21, running amok, just being their truthful, authentic self. And now people are attracted to them because they're in a space of attraction, magnetism, based off of them building themselves up by just being them. You feel me? So now you just got to ask yourself, are you code switching, right? Or are you being your truthful, authentic self? Are you code switching for the bag? Because, that will give you these trinket coins. Or are you able to be your truthful, authentic self to where eventually the bag will come to you based off of the law of attraction and people will just magnetize to your energy? That's Kendrick has said it in that interview. He said, nigga, the most purest thing, or the biggest energy, bigger than love, is authenticity. Authenticity. Can you be authentic in your walk? And that's the time we're moving into. So we got to understand that to the core, right? You got to first play the game in your head first and understand how can you get back to your true self. You know what I'm saying? How can you just be you and not give a fuck about people's opinions and judgments of you? See, Kendrick did a masterful job with that, because essentially he said, hey, look, nigga, you got to watch this whole party die of that white code switching idea and just be you. If you're loud, you're loud. If you like to be fly, then be fly. You feel me? And that's just a stereotype of people in the hood. Everybody's not loud. Everybody's not whatever. But that expression that you're expressing is important for you to attract the right people to you over and over and over again. So you see it in these rappers, nigga. What is that? The rappers, all of that. You can see that they're bringing a certain amount of fiat funds, which is energy, to them based off of them being their true authentic self. So yeah, the PlayStation game. So this was a big play in the whole thing with Samuel L. Jackson being Uncle Sam. But the bigger idea behind the Uncle Sam is this famous poster that's been plastered everywhere. I want you for US Army, the Army, the Army. And remember, the Army is like recruiting, impoverished kids because they need your body to be um, a vessel. So this is a deeper programming. The Army was a deeper programming mission back then. You feel me? And all my people that went to the Army and all of that, you heard the stories of it, right? But there was something that was huge back in the day that deterred me from that whole Army thing, and I didn't even have a father, right? Lawrence Fishburne, Boys in the Hood. Y'all remember the scene? That nigga said, "Do not go to the Army, black. There's no room in a white man's army for a black man." Sure enough, I heard that message as a young kid, and I was like, bet. You feel me? So then you got to say, okay, who put that message in Lawrence Fishburne to make that remark to understand that, we don't need, there is no place for this super program system called the Army for us. Now I get it. Some people made it and did their thing or whatever, but there's a bigger construct at hand that keeps you in a box, if you will, and you got to be really strong to break out of that box. Now a lot of y'all have broken out of that box, which is good, but still at the end of the day, we see the movies and the shows and the people that show us all of it all together. So John Singleton was a big influence in California movies, LA movies, right? And him just speaking to young black males was very important in that specific time for us to have. And, he died so young, 51. What was that? A few years ago, he just transitioned. And you think about it, he died at 51. Irv Gotti just died at 54. So then you got to look at that. It's real strange because John Singleton was putting out movies that was giving melanated boys messages to say, hey, nigga, it's a trap, it's a game. Here goes a clue. Here goes some codes to get out of the game. It said John Singleton was an American film director, screenwriter, and producer. He was a groundbreaking director who challenged Hollywood to tell more diverse stories. His films often explored themes of racism, trauma, and identity in African American communities. Identity. Your identity. Who are you, black man? Melanated man. Born in LA, grew up in South Central. His films made black men and boys feel appreciative. His films challenged Hollywood to tell more diverse stories. So John Singleton was a pioneer for a lot of us melanated boys. If we didn't have a father figure in our life, right? We could watch him on screen or the movies that he depicted on screen and understand that we're bigger than the systematic prison system that they tried to put us in. School to prison pipeline kind of idea, right? And these are some of the movies John Singleton made. Obviously, Boys in the Hood is the one. That's the one. Higher Learning, of course, y'all seen all of that. Baby Boy, Poetic Justice. All of these are depictions of black male understandings in the hood. You feel me? The culture in the hood. And obviously Snowfall was just a classic that ended right before John Singleton, or right after John Singleton transitioned. And then, he did the whole Michael Jackson uh music video with Eddie, that Coming to America classic, and just depicting us as gods, kings, and queens. So it's important to have a strong construct of who we are, right? Because the slave story is old. That's old hat, and that's trash. That 400 years a slave, that's not who you are. You're bigger than that. You're greater than that. And you're above all of that. That was a blink in the eye in history, in his story. See, her story tells you, like, nigga, you're above it all. And what Kendrick simply did and displayed was saying, like, look, this is who we are. We're going to express ourselves authentically. And with this Uncle Sam character trying to guide us to be in the system over and over and over again, we're going to slowly break that thing. I'm going to do a part 2 on this, because when I get to Samuel L. Jackson, what he was saying, he basically was trying to walk us up to God, which I did that decode with all the stars. When did I do that? In that Super Bowl decode that I did. Yeah, all the stars video with SZA and Kendrick, because every man, every woman is a star, melanated stars. So then you just got to understand that you are a star, and you have something to express down here in this world. You just got to figure it out, or you just got to build up your level of attraction. A lot of times it's just as simple as just building up your level of attraction, because essentially you attract what you are. So it's about you building yourself to be more attractive. That's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So that means if you got to go to the gym, take your ass to the gym. If you got to go in meditation every day, which everybody should be doing, take your ass there. So attraction is just based off of you building that energy up inside of you, and then you just becoming the light that pulls in people. This is power, not force. So the power you yield is inside of you, and you don't really have to say nothing. You just be a beacon of light, and then you're just magnetic. People are drawn to you. So the same thing that Doshi did when she said she read that thing and she started just working on herself, got off the alcohol, drugs, all of that. And she just became more magnetic, and then opportunities came to her, and all of a sudden she won a Grammy in 5 years. So then you got to ask yourself, what are you doing to discipline these energies inside of you to be more attractive and bring more light towards you? Because your light might be dim just based off of smoking weed every day, drinking every day, porn, and really just not having no goals or ambitions about anything, not being in spirit or having no inspiration to do something greater than just smoke and drink every day. I mean, that's easy hat. That's simple. We need to remove that quickly. You feel me? Now, some of y'all, that might be y'all plight, because y'all just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna, hey, I'm just here to watch Dream and them win. Fuck it. The ones that is in this godhood energy and just understand, like, yeah, you're a beacon of light. You just got to discipline yourself just a little bit to move into a space of power of God. You feel me? They was drinking yesterday. I didn't drink nothing yesterday. We had Hennessy, Crown, Don Julio. We was up. I didn't drink a motherfucker. I didn't drink a beer, nothing. You feel me? I just didn't need it. So there's something that and I'm around my family, they all loaded, but I was able to raise my vibration to where they were at just based off of me being that person before. Shit. You feel me? So I felt it and I know, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. Right? That's an important aspect to understand. You don't need no vices. Right? We've been tricked into thinking we need vices to express ourselves truly and authentically. Really, you just need to express yourself and not give a fuck about anybody's opinions of it. So that's important. The Hughes brothers did a masterful job, also from LA, Cali, right? K. Dot. With the dead presidents and the menace to society. And they also told you that the army was a sham. Because again, they're not going to give you you looking for them to fund your world, and they just need your body to program you and to put you in a situation where you either get killed off in the army or come back really depressed and really out of there. Now, I'm not saying everybody didn't make it out, but I'm just telling you that, the army was a big play, especially in the 90s when I was growing up, that was saying for, these brothers put it in the code. Like, hey, look, just say no, right? The army is no place for it. I heard that shit. I said, oh, got it, coach. Thank you. I was probably, I don't know how old I was, 9 or something, watching this. Army's no place for a black man, whatever his name was, Trey. Just remember that. Okay, bet. Fuck it. I ain't going. Nick, because you can fall into that illusion of thinking that, I want you for the U.S. Army and be imprisoned in the mind. And now all of a sudden, you don't know yourself because you thought they was going to give you, the game and shit. But they really just wanted your body to be used as. Now, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? That discipline act is something that you need, right? But you're just going to have to do it within yourself. Because some of the mind control that happens in the fighting or in the things you see over there when you are in the killing mode, right? Which is again the game. You feel me? The Fortnites and the Call of Duty. When you seeing families get blown up, boy, how you think that's gonna make you come back to America and be, boy? You seeing all kind of you out there in the field. Your nervous system is shot the fuck up. You ain't coming back to America all whole. You feel me? Now, you're definitely not going to come back like yourself, but you're going to have to figure out how to break free of some of that killing that you've seen, because it can literally change the trajectory of who you are. So that's important, family. We want to understand to the core that's important. And, the prison is also in your mind. And that's what a bigger idea of this thing is. Remember, they did it in Lovecraft Country too. Jonathan Majors was fucked up, and then he got fucked up in real life also. You feel me? Now, Jonathan Majors is coming back as Kang. So that's a beautiful thing, because they're about to give Jonathan Majors Kang again, which is powerful. You feel me? So he then rose to the top and made it right back out. But again, y'all looking at the Uncle Sam thing, but there was a deeper message, because this poster was a big play in making melanated men go somewhere and get their mind snatched based off of them believing that they was going to come back better or with a bag. So that's just one part of how far the rabbit hole goes in this thing. And I want the family to understand that they're not on your side. They need bodies. You feel me? So you got to understand the game from a whole different level of subconsciousness. They don't give a fuck about you, boy. They want you to be a worker or an enslaved person to them so you can actually be in servitude to others. So you got to look at it. You got to zoom out, right? Right now, whatever age you're at, zoom out and understand that, okay, this whole thing is a big ass game. What's my next move? A lot of people ain't thinking, they're just going with emotions that's carrying them or leading them down astray. But if you zoom out and take a step back and sit with yourself and understand, okay, how can I break this down to the smallest form possible? Then the smallest form is really taking control of your body first. Because if you can't control your body with like the alcohol and the weed and all of that stuff, then you're going to be subject to be imprisoned in that. So that's step one. Step two is going to also be able to understand, you know, what you want to do or what moves you or what inspires you in this particular adventure that you're in. Because remember, all of this is just about expressing yourself fully and then being that light that people are magnetized to. And then eventually the bag will come to you because the energy is just that. It's not about you forcing the bag and shit. You say, hey, buy my product. Hey, buy this. Hell nah, boy, that shit ain't gonna work. You just gotta be the light, and then people are gonna come to you. Think about, is Kai Sanat and them selling anything? Them niggas just being themselves. And they got, you know, they got to start early, so they was just naturally still in their childlike imaginative state, adventures, speed and shit. That nigga traveling the whole world doing him. These are young, melanated men that just said, oh, okay, I just gotta be myself online and shit. Niggas is gravitating towards that. Cool. That's what Kendrick is telling you. He's saying, nigga, the culture is, they need you. You don't need them, they need you for this thing to run. That's what actually sells, because they're attracted to you. So how do you get back to your authentic self? Because you've been code switching so long. Hey, I could just I could go down the list of the rappers that's just staying true to themselves just based off of them growing up in an impoverished state and then putting their artistry into the music. Hell, we was just reading some of 50 Cent's book too as well. And that was interesting. What was he saying in that? That was interesting as well. You know what I'm saying? Even though 50 been going on a loose cannon, but we did a deep dive on that 50 in the Dream Current and Patreon. So obviously this was the symbol of the flag, right? The flag. And we understand that the flag, the US flag, is represented in symbols by the colors, right? So then the colors, here go the colors. The stars is a symbol of the heaven and the goals to which men can reach. The stars also represent all the states. The red is hardness, valor, bloodshed. The blue, vigilance and justice. That's you, black man. And the white, purity and innocence. So understanding all of that is important for us to, you know, move into a space of what Kendrick was saying was deeper than just showing the American flag. He was really just showing the idea of who America is trying to convey themselves to be, but then also what we have inside of us if we're calling this the land of the free. See, you are free. There is freedom. The freedom is in the mind. So if there's a group of people or the powers that be is programming you to be a stereotype, which is a ritual, then you want to be able to understand that, observe that, step back, observe that, not take it in, and then be that vessel where you can start to maneuver and make moves. We're reading this in the Patreon, Panic's book, Panic's first book, and we just read the ritual part. And obviously, I decoded the whole book when it first came out. It was absolutely a gem. But let me see if I can read where we have went to ritual. The Hollywood ritual designed for Black men. Hello. It's all set up. It's a big ass stage. So Kendrick doing what he did was just representing an idea to say, hey, look, you got to get off of the stage. His whole Panic's first book, the whole part one is just talking about that. Black men being programmed by the agenda of stereotypes, which is a ritual. So the stereotype was you seeing Black man drunk or whatever on this TV screen. So then it comes into form in life. Art imitates life. Life imitates art. All of that stuff, right? So now you want to understand to the core that if you are going to take back your mind, you're going to have to be able to just observe and not absorb. Because once you absorb, then you are in their jurisdiction to be that entity that they're trying to program you to be. Okay, it says, while researching information on Hollywood's rituals designed for Black men, I was able to accumulate various materials about the careers of Black actors and the obvious patterns developed for us. When you notice a pattern that repeats itself, then you're looking at a ritual or a stereotype. The first and most powerful ritual I have noticed was the effeminization of the Black man. To be clear on this subject, before we move on, let me draw a line in the sand. I do not think, okay, let me not read that. They are using the perceived stereotypical homosexual images as a ritualized method to attack the image of Black men as a whole. It's rare they deal with the true homosexual lifestyle as a reality, which has more complex layers. I'm speaking of the surface level of homosexuality, which seems to have been turned into an agenda of image making in Hollywood. The opposite of what I'm talking about would be a movie like Philadelphia. Let me read this, okay? Because Panic keeps on going on the homosexual thing with this one. Black man as a true masculine adversary of white supremacy. And this is done by controlling and dominating your image on the screen. So that's the real game. You feel me? Obviously, they want to feminize the melanated man, right? Put him in a light of, of weakness. And I'm not saying homosexuals are weak, but I'm just telling you what it is. You feel me? That extra estrogen is a sign of, being docile, if you will. You niggas, guys need testosterone because we're supposed to stay in motion and start moving. Because just a little bit of our testosterone will rule the world. Black man is a true masculine adversary of white supremacy, and this is done by controlling and dominating your image on the screen. Your manhood must come second to his at all costs. Feminization and routine levels of humiliation open the doorway to the justification of animal-like subhuman treatment in real life. The rituals that bring forth this reality are the movies you have been enjoying all your lives. Having you put on a dress is the ultimate act of symbolic submission to his power. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Panic did this book. I remember decoding the hell out of this. Now, I'm reading some of this in the Patreon. Y'all are welcome to join the family because we're going through this thing heavy in the Patreon right now because I wanted to get back to the basics. And Panic brought the best basic understanding of occult sciences that I've seen, and I read 1,000 books. Shit, And shit, this is it. This is the Bible. Fuck it. And that's important to have that basic understanding of what's going on in this world so you can actually get out of the glamour and get into your godhood, which is going to put you into a more freedom space place. You feel me? Very, very important to have. And this is just about uniting, you know what I'm saying, the red and the blue, and understanding that we are all one. So why are we fighting? The fight is an illusion. There is no fight. You're fighting the wrong person. They programmed y'all to fight because that's what they need y'all to do in order to not move in a space of power and fight for yours. You feel me? So it's all by design that you've been set up to believe that you're inferior, that you're less than, and that you got to fight for scraps. Y'all seen that viral video of them kids fighting for them fives, right? They're gonna have to come back and try again, because just even that alone is holding you captive to the glamour. The glamour is anything that you feel that you need in your life to be somebody. You feel me? Because you want to show out for other niggas and shit. See, white boys, you'll never know the billionaire white boy because he's gonna wear the jeans and some chucks and a t-shirt. A $5 t-shirt. You ain't gonna never tell he a billionaire boy. Melanated people, you could be already rich and then know and everybody know who you are. You still gotta have the biggest chains and shit. Who you shitting on, boy? Niggas, hey boy, stunt on still big top bottom grill, nasty though. You feel me? Wrist on 100,000. You just gotta shine on them niggas. You ain't doing it for the females. They already know you got the bag. You could have hit that shit. Shit, you don't even want the females to just know you got the bag like that. Really trying to shit on these other niggas. Like, yeah, nigga, I'm top dog in this bitch. Y'all remember what Cam Newton said? He said he go to the strip club for men. Pause. That nigga said he see another nigga studying. He said, he said, I'll make it rain even harder. Because after a while, you know, well, the strip club was never about the females. It was about a stunting atmosphere and to get business done. But now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it should still be like that. I mean, I ain't been in a while, but it still should be that space and that kind of energy. Real niggas just like beautiful women around them because it makes them focus more and drives a certain level of thinking, you feel me, into them. So that's why we go to the strip club to talk, because it helps. Or at least that's what I remember when I was going to the strip club. It helps us to focus and shit on a task at hand. We got a lot of shit done at the strip club, and that shit was important for us to get done, because if we didn't get that shit done, we would have never got the bags that we needed to get to keep on moving in this thing. So that shit was good to go to the strip club. Like, you need beautiful people around you to keep you motivated and shit. You feel me? Niggas can't, I don't know what it is. We're just sitting around on a round table trying to discuss stuff. Sometimes that just doesn't work for us like that. Especially with my partners, because I was trying to read all type of shit with them. Them niggas, fuck. Hey, fo, I ain't listening to none of that shit you talking about, boy. Let's go see some. So, you know, I had to appease their ego. All right, let's go to the strip club, whatever. Then it seemed like they just laser focused. What? It seemed like now they get it. They snap right into attention quick. Yeah. So understand to the core, right? This whole thing is a game. It's a big game, and Kendrick did a beautiful job of displaying the game. And the game is in your mind. The game is in your mind. And here goes some Fight Club quotes. The things you used to own, now they own you. Uh-oh. So that's even to the smallest. I get it. This inflation is crazy. So you gotta figure this thing out. But even to the aspect of understanding that, okay, you're in a game, right? And if you are paycheck to paycheck in this thing and you're just getting by, and you know in your heart that, okay, if I save up 10,000, I could probably make a play. But I gotta just sit tight for 2 years in a $800 apartment real quick. If I save up 10 to 20,000, I could probably make a play at the goal I need to make. You feel me? Then you got to get through level 1. I'm just being real. Some of y'all ain't getting through level 1 because you want to stun on niggas early, too early. What you celebrating for? You ain't did nothing yet. You just went to work. T.I. told you that. Like, why the fuck we in the club celebrating? We ain't even did nothing yet. So you gotta sit yourself down quick. See, when D-Ray and I was trying to become or not trying to, we did. We became entrepreneurs. Before that, we saved up 50,000 just based off of us living in a smaller 1-bedroom apartment and us both being PE teachers and understanding, okay, we can try to leave a check alone. So then when it was time to escape, when we said, fuck it, it's time to escape, we just pulled our big one. And then guess what happens? Spirit stuff. I was selling statues at first. Ha! What? I was selling big ass statues and I was moving them hoes too. But I was selling statues because I know the power of symbols and how powerful statues will be in your home and stuff like that. You feel me? All the Egyptian statues, Hindu statues, Asian mythology statues. I was selling all of them things. Who was with me when they was selling those statues? Ha! Hey, that shit was crazy. I was selling a lot of them things too, but they were so heavy. But then look how spirit worked. Keeps on finding a way. Boom. All the way to selling these supplements. You feel me? So now, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you're not seeing that's going to happen that you just got to keep on moving into. You feel me? For yourself. I didn't know I was going to be speaking on YouTube. Hell, I thought entrepreneur was like, okay, let me put these Bobby Hemmett and Panic videos together, mashup, and then put my thing at the end. Hey, go to this site to buy you a statue. Ha! Little did I know, shit, Spirit had another role for my bitch ass. Nah, you're gonna have to get out here and speak, nigga. And sure enough, Spirit kept on directing me. So you don't want to look for action reaction. You just want to keep moving in the adventure, and don't look for the money, because that's a big mistake that happens as well. If you're looking for the money, then you're not living out the adventure. You want to actually just live out an adventure and then see what happens. Because you don't know who you will meet whenever you get into this adventure. You feel me? And what will happen. Hell, I threw 3 conferences and ran them hoes ran them up quick. You feel me? Which was good because that was leading me from an aspect of building relationship with spiritual niggas. That I'm still cool with to this day. Joseph, Will, Trav, you feel me? Hey, look, we're gonna do so. Hey, Another one is coming, baby. Another conference is coming. It's coming. We're gonna make something happen, boy. What is gonna come? And that's shit. That's what it is. Understand this, right? When you sit with yourself and really understand who you are and just really like fall in love with yourself heavy, then you'll start to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm not gonna put up with none of this bullshit. Some of y'all just have to get to the groundwork and destroy the image that you're trying to build around you, which is the fancy car and the goddamn condo that you can't afford. Because again, the adventure is actually more thrilling than you working and slaving for somebody. You feel me? And you not being, and your energy is shot because you're trying to live in this glamour thing, this glamour state, just to show out, just to pay or trick on a female so she can give you some ass. And then she ain't even about that life. She a pillow princess. So you got to do all the work still. You got to do everything that you, goddamn. Like, damn, was this easy? You paying for it. You basically paid for it. And she laying down like, take me. All right, you can finally get this, daddy. And by the time you get it, you ejaculate so fast, you look crazy. Let me stop with y'all. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. The Fight Club, there is no Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club, there is no Fight Club. You are fighting somebody in your mind, and you just got to step back and understand, okay, the ego wants me to be shining on these boys. My spirit wants me to do something adventurous before I transition out of this thing. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. See, Kendrick did such a masterful job with this performance, just expressing the idea of what the true American freedom is supposed to be, that he showed you so many signs and symbols of melanated brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, in a certain state of mind, and how as the crescendo kept going, right? They're not like us, they're not like us, and we are, with the SZA and Kendrick song at the end, we are stars, right? With that Kendrick and SZA Stars movie that I had decoded 2 videos ago. So understand to the core, right? This is about taking back your mind and getting out of their rule or their agenda of putting a certain frequency vibration into you so you can be comfortable and laggeth and not think for yourself. This is about thinking outside of the box and thinking and observing the game and being out of your own way. And that's very, very important. Damn, I got that Shivism right now. God damn. All right, bros. Hey, look. The Shivism is on Patreon. The Shivism is on Patreon. Shivism, if you don't know, is basically about us men coming together and us building in a space of godhood and understanding like our masculine energy as melanated men. So there's 2 forms of energies that you want to understand, and I'm probably going to do a separate video on this. Shivism and Buddhism. A lot of fellas are Shivas, right? Buddhism is a person that can like read and understand the information and they can just internalize it and they'll become that light or that vessel. Shivatism, some of us has to actually get out here and work, which is myself. So I got to do all the semen retentions. I got to actually do things to move, to keep myself in motion and to transform into God, which is Shiva. Buddhism is like the Bobby Hammonds, the Brother Panics, you feel me? The C. Freemanel, my bro God, Brother Yosef, they're Buddhisms. And you can tell by your physique as well. But then there's also some skinny Buddhisms, which you can see in certain people. You feel me? Like my nigga Trab is like a Buddhism. But like Shivatism is like myself, Wayne Chandler, Aline Melbay. We got to do some physical works to actually transform our mind because we have to walk that yellow brick road. And it's not nothing personal or no shit like that. It's just some of us just got to walk that yellow brick road to really know, oh, okay, this is what sun gazing does. Oh, okay, this is what grounding does, right? Oh, this is what happens when I do a fast. Oh, now I get why the semen so some of us has to actually do the shit to actually have our complete understanding of why, you know, we're in it like that. You feel me? So again, it was a powerful Super Bowl. And again, you know, the Eagles winning was something I told y'all, and I got the score right. I'm gonna play the video for it. Let me play the video for y'all before I get out of here. Let me see, because I know shit. Y'all niggas got me fucked up. I told you the score and everything. And I said, nah, the score. Let me see if I can find it though. Okay, here goes my Vimeo. I just post share screen. Okay, here go. The damn, we just did the book. I'll set it at the end somewhere. Your sacral chakra. See, this Bing Bong, right? We was reading. Here we go. Out of bounds.
Man. And just the wow.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Because I think my bro God Morris tried to say, nah, the Chiefs is gonna win. Ha. So yeah, that's how you do that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a certain section off of Panic Class. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It's coming up.
How weak are you? Like, just do your.
Say.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, and they just bringing it back.
Misha Green, and then the Love and Basket. See, with 50 Cent, and lucky I can't find it, boy. I'm on your ass, Morris, and Ike, and you too, Titus, because I think you was going for the Chiefs too. I'm on your ass when we get in this Shivatism right now. Yeah, y'all niggas got me fucked up. Hey, them boys was going, hey, nah, Dre, me tripping. I was like, dog, it's clear as day it's the Eagles all day. I even pointed out the Drake and Patrick Mahomes, the biracial thing, and the Jalen Hurts and the Kendrick thing. That shit is just showing you naked ass straight up and down. I'm like, look, it's right here in our face. You feel me? They showing it. What? I was like, dog, the Eagles are about to blow them out, and I knew it was gonna be a blowout. So I'm just telling you what it is. That's how this thing rolls. Yes, sir, family. Let me see if y'all got any questions before I get out of here. Fellas, wait for me. We're gonna do the Shivatism in just a minute. I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna play the video tomorrow. YouTube. I'm gonna play the video of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, and we can really break it down and just see the understanding of it. But just overall, just understand that you're in a game and you want to observe the game. You don't even want to play their game. You want to observe the game and see how to move in this game. Because just like Squid Games, right? You're in the game when you're in Squid Games. So you want to step outside of the game and just observe and just say, okay, I need to move in a particular way to get myself out of this constructed game that sets me up to not live in my true authentic self. Just based off of me having the code switch to fit in, me having to, cower at certain situations when I really want to rise up and show naked ass. Hey, like 50 Cent or not, that nigga made a power move. And y'all lucky I can't find that. I don't remember where that chapter was, but he made a power move in the aspect of him saying, hey, I'll destroy this whole BMF thing right now, boy. And he has the ability to do that because he was able to, you know what I'm saying? He's they called it the author. So the authority. So since he's the authority, he keeps on running these games on himself where he can crash this thing out. And then he can build it back up if he wants to. You feel me? So that's an important aspect of it as well. You feel me? So K-Dot shot PlayStation Network down this weekend. Oh, that's fly. Exactly. Yeah, because you know what? That PlayStation is a trap. Now I got the PS5 just this past December for my son and kids, right? But now that I'm playing that bitch with them too. You know what I'm saying? I'll be playing it sometimes with them just to understand what's going on and shit like that. And as a kid, we had all the systems, so I didn't want to deprive them as not having a system, right? If they're gonna smoke weed, we're gonna smoke weed together. We're gonna drink together first. You feel me? So now it's obviously you gotta get the game so you can understand what's going on. And boy, oh boy, that place that I didn't realize how bad it was. Fortnite and all of that. See, y'all think these young guys got these guns and shit, and some of them just crashing out on some. Damn, why are they doing that? Damn, why are they doing that? Wow, he done killed his baby mama. Wow, he just ran down that chick that he was just going with for 2 years. Oh wow, what you seeing all of that? Not knowing that these kids been playing Fortnite, Call of Duty all night, based off of their parents don't put them to sleep. And they playing it all night, which we know the night is the subconscious mind, the moon, subconscious mind. And you're literally in the alpha state playing the game, programming yourself to get these weapons. So now you look up and they got the biggest guns ever. They don't got no goddamn 9 or no whatever like we used to have. They got semi-automatic guns and shit. These niggas trying to play, they playing real Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty. And then it's happening, art imitated life, because them dudes are dancing like the Fortnite game on screen, on the cameras with it. Yeah, nigga, check me out. So then when you see the King Bonds and the NBA young boys and shit go to jail, and they don't really give a fuck about going to jail. That's the video game, boy. I'm telling you, dog. That's straight up and down. And look, that shit different. I'm talking about the the fix is in. You feel me? So you got to be mindful of what your kids are playing and play it with them. And then if you play it with them, right? Because you don't want to deprive them from it, because then they'll go off and sneak off and do it without you. You play it with them, then say, okay, look, I want you to understand what this is, right? They boys saying how many kills you got. No, I killed them. No, you was eliminated. They were eliminated. And then let them get their fix in with the game, and then you can destroy it. Yeah, see, that shit wasn't shit. Because they're gonna want to know. They hear all their friends talking about it and shit. So now you got to get the game to play it with them. See, I told you this shit ain't shit. They making a whole world in this Fortnite where you keep on coming in. 90 people come into a arena, a whole world thing. And they trying to take off. I said, damn. That shit crazy, boy. So, y'all want to be mindful of what y'all kids are playing, because that that PlayStation is definitely part of the fix as well. You feel me? Definitely part of the fix. And and now they're saying like you don't even need no paperwork for a gun. It's the wild, wild west out here, boy. Ha! Them boys don't get what? And you think all the memes and that young nigga TikTok on the TikTok thing is funny and stuff like that, but they like literally living that shit, because they don't have no mind about the gun like that. They're just thinking it's like some shoes. You feel me? They're thinking about them like some J's and shit, like we used to think about them. They're not thinking about it like, oh shit, just by me having the gun means I can take somebody's life. Peace, got a long time watcher. First time commenter, recently had an epiphany about a friend and just wondering how you reclaim your energy power from others. Claim your energy power from others. What you mean, Mike? Like you had it, like you gave your energy up? The best thing to do when people are attached to your energy is start focusing on self, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're so heavy into your mind, then you have to understand why you're thinking about this person a lot, and really get into the space of, if you have to do a spiritual bath, obviously that helps. Sage, Palo, all of that. But you got to be able to divorce yourself from people's energies, based off of, it's about you at first. So that's just all falls back into loving on yourself heavy. You feel me? How do you fall into loving on yourself so much that it don't even matter what everybody else is doing? So you got to have a narrow focus about self. So you want to look in the mirror and just be able to appreciate you, who you are first, and understand if thing does go array with people, then hey, it was no sweat on your back, because essentially you about you first. You feel me? And I get it. We're the melanated people. We're the feeling people. So we have this kind of draw for people and stuff like that, where we want to show love and all of that other stuff. But a lot of this stuff just be proximity friends. And that proximity friends is really just a lesson that you were here to learn and stuff like that. So that's very, very important. Falling and I'm talking about, see, when I say falling in love with self, I'm talking about like you gotta go for yours first. Then once your cup is overflowing, then you can pour into other people. But if you focus on everybody else and your life is in shambles, then you still haven't reached that godhood ascension place where you need to be at in the mind, which is enlightenment and spirit. Because when you're in an enlightened state, this shit, you ain't gonna be thinking about nobody else. You feel me? Yeah, you're gonna just be the light. That's it. And you might have compassion and, you know, love for people in that space, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, shit, I'm shit. At the end of the day, I gotta keep on moving. You feel me? See, even with your parents and family members and stuff like that, you go watch the movie Moana again. You might have an adventure to travel to China, but you're holding on to small town Dallas, Texas, because your friends and family is there. And you might gain so much light in China that illuminates you to, you know, do marvelous things. But because we believe in the past, we get stuck and entrapped in that snare. So this is about you, family, all about you first. And, you know, I say that a lot, but I don't know if people really, it penetrates people like that. I hear you. You trying to help your family or whatever. Cool. Help yourself first. And then basically by you being that light, you'll be able to help them vicariously through them seeing you and them start working on themselves. If they ain't picking up on the light, then that was their journey to be whatever they're coming down to be. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir. I love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. Shivatism is coming up, family. If you want to join the Patreon, get down with the family. The link is somewhere in the description. Y'all like this thing up, baby? Y'all know what it is, family. Peace to the gods.